Welcome to the PulpMX Classic Commentary. I'm Steve Mathis, and I'm with
Jason Thomas.
JT Money. Thank you for doing this. The race we've selected today is 1999 Hangtown 250 National, the second round of the National Series. And there I am, a young Steve Mathis.
Red Dog is asking who you are at this point.
Yeah, and he's got Red Dog on his seat, which I bugged Throttle Jockey to do over and over, repeatedly.
He actually didn't know who you were right there, but he's pumped he had somebody at the line.
Yeah, no, he had no clue, absolutely. So
He thought you were Alan Trolecki.
Sebastian Tortelli, 50 points. He's our leader after one round. Just a dominating Glen Helen round. Just amazing.
Killed everybody out of nowhere, totally unexpected.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe if you would have said he would have went like 2-1 for the overall or something, you believe you. But win by 20 seconds, both motos, probably not going to happen.
Yeah, one of the top 5 rides I've ever seen. I remember his speed down the hills was incredible, and he just handed it to those guys. McGrath was there, probably just to collect a little bit of purse money for the river, but that didn't work out,
Yeah, he still had a good showing. He was the best of the rest. He just nobody was on Sebastian's level that day.
Funny how he had a Supercross only contract. He came out to Glen Helen, and he still was the best guy.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
He showed he was much better than everybody else in the field. Just Sebastian had really prepared himself for outdoors that year. I think he knew that's what he was there for. Came out swinging.
Yeah, I don't remember how Seabass did in Supercross, but
I don't think it was very good.
yeah, I don't remember him. He struggled a little bit, but outdoors was his thing. Hangtown, always a good track, lots of fun. There's Emig, only a couple years ago was a national champion. He had a rough year. 98 outdoors, he came on strong and won like 4 in a row.
Yeah,
Pulled it within the points lead, then got hurt. 99 was a miserable year for him, and it got worse later on this summer when he was dropped from Kawasaki. There's a Shane Drew, fellow Canadian.
Yeah, this was kind of the height of partying, I think, for Fro.
Yeah.
He kind of lost focus, and it kind of showed.
There's Lamson. Lamson and Hangtown equal one thing.
Usually really fast.
Yeah. Not so much this.
Might be a rough day for him today.
Oh, there's a young Davey Coombs, publisher and owner of, was it Transworld Motocross?
Inside Motocross, Dirt Rider, one of them, I
one of
forget.
those
Yeah,
magazines. He's doing the pit reporting there. And there's Albie. Albie in that awesome-looking gear. Way to really push the limit of the designs, MSR. There's Brooks yelling at Lamson. And literally yelling, I'm sure.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. And
telling him this is his race. He's supposed to win this race.
And telling everybody else to get out of the way.
Yeah.
There's a nice starting line shot of everybody. Hoffman, 31.
Lots of Biaffi helmets. Myself included.
Yeah. You were actually, let's talk about you a little bit. There's the back of my head. Never mind, let's not talk about you. 30-second boards up. You were doing the 125 Nationals this year, JT, for Excel Yamaha.
I was. Yep. One of the only years I've ever ridden, actually the only year I've ever ridden lights class outdoors.
And here we go, concrete start. Glad those are gone. And we're going to have the
MX's going to show how it's done
gate
properly.
Drops. Yeah, gate drops. Larocco, bad start. Shocker, Tortelli, bad start. And it would come back to bite Tortelli here, I believe. Yeah, right there. There's your points leader.
Man down.
Down in the first turn. Rough deal for him.
He had a breakaway front end, which he fixes there.
Yeah. Man, his Hangtown track. Look at just dusty, hard packed. Right now, Chad Reed would go home if he had to ride that.
It was pretty bad. I mean,
it was.
Looking back, I remember how bad it used to be compared to now. We think we have it rough now, but the track prep was just horrendous. Obviously on all these years.
Yeah. It's nowhere where it was. I actually think the Hangtown track's come a pretty far away.
Yeah, they put obviously a lot of work in. They don't have much to work with on their base, so you can look back and really appreciate how much better it's gotten.
Yeah. When's the last time you rode it?
Last year. Yeah, I
so.
Crashed. I broke a bunch of ribs though, and wasn't a good day.
Wasn't good. That pond is gone now that they're going around. That pond is long gone, filled in. And here's Pashon. Pashon would only last one more week as a Team Honda rider. Mount Morris had some problems.
Yeah, his dad parked in the wrong area. Then pretty sure he punched a security guy.
No, he punched John Ayers.
Oh, he punched John Ayers.
I believe he punched John Ayers.
I
which
my previous statement.
Which is grounds for pretty much immediate dismissal.
I can't say that I blame him in every circumstance, but probably not a good move.
So Pashon lasted one more race, and then he was done. But he was already mailing it in at this point because I remember at the end of Supercross in '99, there was nothing He was not even trying.
No, he was done.
Yeah.
It probably was the best move for everybody.
He wasn't happy about his visa situation. Her sister couldn't get back in the country. I don't remember.
I'm sure he looks back and is like, whatever. Wasn't the best way to go out, but I probably need to go home anyway.
Right. Yeah, number 5, there he is. Yeah, not a good moto for him. And out front we have I believe it's K-Dub winning. Just coming back from an injury. Glen Helen was his first race back after a while. So. And we're back at Hangtown here early in the first moto. Larry Ward, Suzuki. Larry Ward was pretty good back then. He won Tampa, I think, this year, didn't he?
He did, yeah. Yeah, it was a mud race, but he won.
Won Tampa Supercross. Oh, Yogi with the sweet move.
No, this was 99. He didn't win this year. He won 98 in the mud.
Okay. That was a nice move by Yogi, I have to say.
But he was number 7 still. He was still number 7.
Was he?
Yeah, he was number 7 2 years in a row, I think.
Yeah, Big Bird. Still in the I give a shit about my career mode right here.
Yeah, he was still trying.
Triple X days. I don't believe he rode during the week at all.
Even on Cowie the next year, he was just mailing it in.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, he was done. I actually remember passing him a few times and asking him at the airport. We used to all fly home Sunday nights back then. I'm like, what was your deal out there? You were really struggling. And he said he was pushing the kill switch in as he's riding around the track. So.
Poor mechanic. And LaRocco's down. Jack in the Box Honda. Jack in the Box sponsorship was really not that great. Now we know years later.
Yeah, it was obviously it seemed like a big deal at the time.
It
but
did.
Yeah, we kind of learned that it was more of just let us use your name and to draw sponsors kind of deal.
Absolutely. So Yogi was a badass outdoors. He was. I remember right around now. This was sort of his when he could match Jeremy in Supercross. This was Yogi at the height of his powers.
Yeah, Yogi 98, 99 was probably the best we would ever see him, I would think.
Yeah.
If he stayed off the ground, he was a real threat to win any race he entered.
Yeah, and they really like Big Bird, apparently. I never liked the look of these Suzukis this year, that's for sure. I did not like the way these things look. Oh, and there's Doug Henry. He's winning, actually, and Henry was frustrating this year. I remember he's the defending champion. He didn't want to race. He wanted to go out on top. He signed up for one more year. Yamaha wanted him to come back, and he's on that 426. And we didn't really know at that time how good the 4-strokes could be. But he's not winning. Wyndham's winning. Okay. But anyways, what I remember is Henry pulling almost every start, obviously, and then working his way backwards. And by the 20-minute mark, there was Timmy having to deal with this guy that went into the corners slow, but out of them really fast.
Yeah, I bet that bike probably didn't have the best chassis on it yet. We're talking 99, so 10 or 11 years of technology between now and then. So that thing was probably a handful. I bet he was just kind of using the power where he could.
Except this summer at Troy, Ohio, he came out and went 1-1.
Yeah, I can see that.
Troy's
kind of a turn and shoot kind of track.
Yeah.
And that bike would be really good in that situation.
He
whole shot at both motos for sure.
Yeah. He was turning and shooting. Other than that, though, I remember being very frustrated at Doug a few times, just because he would fight for his position, but eventually he would give it.
Yeah, it happens. I mean, if you're, at this level, these guys are pushing so hard. If they're not 100% effort during the week, it's going to show up.
And K-Dub had a rough opener, as I was saying, but Yogi is on him here. And what a team, though. Tortelli, Wyndham, Yogi, Bichon.
Yeah, they kind of went from this, we're just going to hire every best guy we can get to we're going to put all our eggs in one basket with Ricky. This was kind of this signaled the change in their philosophy.
That's a good point. Racing. Excellent point, JT. Do you remember how you did on this day?
I don't. I was on a 125, but I know I qualified. I remember the track, but results-wise, it was probably something in the teens because that's where I've been most of my career. So.
Good guess.
High probability, chanceability even.
A good chanceability of that.
I'm in the teens somewhere.
Look at the guy giving him the fingers, the double fingers there. Do you see that guy on the side? Right?
Yeah. Was he giving him the peace sign?
No, he's the double fingers. I think, double shooter.
Oh, okay. Shooter McGavin.
Yeah. I don't know if he was cheering for who, but while we were talking, Yogi moved into the lead, and Wyndham's fitness wasn't where it was supposed to be because he was coming back from injury, but Probably was a lot like his whole career, really.
Yeah, Wyndham was, I mean, this is kind of foreshadowing for what Kevin Wyndham would be most of his career. You know, lights out the first 15 minutes and then, you know, try to hang in there and stay on the podium.
Yeah, and but still, man, look at watching this track on his old mechanics area. The track runs in this direction now, actually. It was reversed for many years, but now it's back to this direction. And then there's this start, finish line, which I believe Carmichael just ate shit off that one year.
He put Roncada into those hay bales at the end of that straightaway, too, and
Did he?
hurt Roncada's knee pretty bad one time.
Imagine that. Oh, and there's a Goose getting interviewed in mechanics area, just the first of about 8 million that he would do.
Yeah, I think those may have been the only Scott sunglasses in existence at that time.
Yeah, really, huh?
Yeah,
good point.
very rare.
Good eye. Honda's also, too, didn't have a great reputation back then. Aluminum frame, just harsh and brutal, but it worked for those guys, man. All those guys made the thing work pretty good. We're back for Hangtown. Mazda, remember Mazda?
Yeah, Mazda was
big,
huge in the sport and then gone. How did that Mazda truck you were supposed to get work out?
Awesome. Yeah, I got it for about a week.
I thought you enjoyed that.
Yeah, it was great. Thanks for bringing that up. While we were gone, it looks like, is it Huffman?
That's Huff Daddy, yeah.
Yeah. No, Emick.
No, it's Fro.
Yeah,
That's
Fro gets sweet, sets up Larry Ward for a sweet inside pass right there.
That was a good move. Larry, I don't know what Larry was doing on the outside there, but
Yeah, I don't know either. Couldn't do that on 4-strokes now, huh,
Fro
JT?
looked good.
Couldn't cut like that on a 4-stroke now.
I don't know. He was going pretty slow. You could probably turn a U-Haul truck. out
Okay.
there.
All right, take that back. Here comes Albie, charging after Henry. Henry, like I said, going backwards already. I'm not trying to be harsh on Henry. I'm just telling you what he did all summer.
Yeah, I mean, your bitterness is clear, though.
I know. But, Albie ducks to the inside. Nice pass. And,
I didn't realize Albie was this good this year. Really did.
well, he wins a title.
He wins a title. I know.
He wins a title, but I believe he only wins 2 nationals.
Yeah,
2 out of the 12.
That makes sense because he didn't seem like that dominant this year.
No, it was really the last year that anybody had a shot until Ricky Carmichael retired.
Yeah. There was a rumbling on the horizon.
There was a ship a-coming.
A red-haired rumbling was coming.
Yeah, these guys needed to go all out, balls out this year because the winning days were soon to be over.
Yeah, I think if they announced what was going to happen in the next 10 years of motocross at the riders' meeting at Glen Helen, it would have been the most exciting year in the history of outdoor motocross.
Okay, everybody, we'd just like to say that Carmichael will now win the next
No one will
7
ever
years
win a race again.
Yeah.
No one's ever going to win again.
Yeah.
Let's get after the next 24 motos, boys.
Yeah, exactly. So there we go. Yeah, look at that track. Just I got to ride Hangtown the Monday after the National the year before this.
I bet it was really fun. I raced that National 98. I was in this 250 class, actually.
Oh, it was terrible.
I remember how
it was a
hard
bomb.
pack and rough it was.
It was like Baghdad.
I passed Lance Smale last lap. He was on like a Husaberg 780.
Right.
And I remember passing him the last lap.
Nice. There's Wyndham. And K-Dub's riding around right now. And you can see, too, funny how the back ends are breaking loose and just there's a lot of hopping. The suspension's very busy.
Yeah,
just looks
a
different.
lot of wheel spin. I mean, they're revved so much higher than a 4-stroke would be.
Yeah. Just a weird little style.
I don't think that frame was very forgiving then either.
Oh, yeah, look, there's Jimmy Button. Tortelli already in 8th.
Yeah, he's on
First
the move
turn.
for sure.
Yeah, he was legit.
There's no quit in this guy. I can tell you that. First
Elbows up, chest protector underneath.
Yep.
You're
at full Euro style still.
Yeah, look at that power slide just up the hill.
Yeah.
Yeah, good riding by Tortelli. I always liked 44 too. Good number. I like that number.
You know he didn't get to pick that, right?
No, I know. Yeah, he earned it from his LA Coliseum.
Yeah.
That's it.
No.
1 win.
He couldn't have got 44 off one race. There's no way.
When else did he come back?
I don't know, but that seems unlikely.
He never came back, did he?
I don't know. That's a story for another day. But 44 off one race. I guess it's possible. I don't know.
25 points? No.
I don't know.
Well, you tell me when else he raced. He didn't do any nationals. Maybe he rode a few supercrosses. Maybe some listener.
I think he raced some supercrosses.
Maybe some listener can tell us.
I think he raced
some
supercrosses. I remember him being like Indy, and he raced like 7 races.
You know what? I think you're right.
Yeah, he went home after like 6 or 7 races. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, my bad. And Albie goes by a coming back from injury, Kevin Wyndham right there, South African, showing everybody what's up. That is now the first turn right there, that section, and you head back up the hill, and now you make a right there instead of making a left. and you go all back in there. Just giving some readers, listeners a reference point here. Track prep non-existent, as you say, JT.
Yeah, it's come a long way.
Right.
Say that.
I think you can see my fat head here.
It's at the last second here.
No, it's second moto.
Yeah,
Second moto.
I missed it.
I'm in
You are
different
actually
spot.
at the hot dog stand right now?
Yep.
During this moto.
Yep, exactly.
Red Dog fending for himself.
Snow cones. Look at that track, man. It's already rough.
Yeah, I mean, they didn't touch it.
They didn't, did they?
They didn't touch it.
They never did track prep?
They would flood it for practice because there was no lap times or anything.
Yeah.
Qualifiers would be somewhat decent, probably the best of the day. And then the motos were terrible.
Yogi's checking out right now.
He is.
Final lap.
I mean, this is pretty standard for him. I mean, if he's feeling it and firing, there's pretty much nobody that was going with him, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, funny how you watch some of those old supercrosses, and he didn't just have something for Jeremy. He was straight up faster than Jeremy.
He was. But it wasn't there every weekend, and that was obviously – that's what made Jeremy is he brought it every time.
Yeah.
For 6 or 7, 8, 9 years in a row.
Bajillion years.
Jeremy was coming.
Right.
And maybe there was somebody there the weekend, but the next weekend it was all Jeremy again.
And Pichon's getting lapped right now. So, like I said, even though he went down on the turn, so did Tortelli, and he's in 7th. So Pichon just not into it.
I just read Pichon say "merde" in his helmet.
What does that mean?
Shit.
Oh, okay, nice. And there's that's no, it's not Stanton. Thought it was.
I remember that guy. I forget his name.
Yeah,
He
Greg.
used to work for Honda.
He
Greg.
was a PR guy, Greg.
Exactly. Yeah.
And I believe Tim Ferry and Mathis team gets 11th this first moto. So we went 11-11 at Glen Helen, and then we went 11th in the first moto here. So
consistent.
Yeah, very consistent on the Noleen Yamaha.
I don't know how you guys only go 11th. Your bike was really fast from what I remember.
Phenomenal. I remember going testing with Timmy, and he just left. He left. He was so frustrated.
This chick on the podium with Albie looks rough.
Really?
Yeah, she just her glasses are kind of hanging off her face.
Mm-hmm.
She has I don't know what kind of hat on, maybe a Mazda hat or something, but she is just haggard.
Let me see. You can just see the corner over there. Kind of looks like maybe she just got out of the bar, huh?
She does.
Yeah.
She looks really hungover. Hat on, glasses on.
Yeah.
Compared to the females we have now at the races, are obviously pretty hot.
Yeah, that's a good point. Stepped up in the model.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's not her though. That's a different one.
Yogi, good dude.
Yeah, obviously.
Good dude.
Ezra was one of the coolest guys in the sport.
Yeah. Didn't like the way he retired though.
No, I think I don't think he was 100% happy with going out the way he did either.
Yeah.
I think he probably felt like he was capable of winning titles and he never did.
I
think that weighs on guys.
I feel like he should.
Their shooter.
Good eye. I just feel like he should have announced a little bit that he was retiring.
Yeah, I just don't think he was real happy with where he was.
So just went away.
Yeah, pretty much.
Just went
bitterness.
away.
I think bitterness may have got the best of him, and he just said, "I'm out of here."
ESPN too carried Supercross, motocross for a long time.
Yeah, they did. Coverage wasn't the best. You had to be
it was
vampire-ish to watch.
Parade lap here. There's Yogi Lusk and JT. You thought that this 7-Eleven was Tyson Voland. It turns out it was a Make-A-Wish Foundation child whose dream it was to do a parade lap with Yogi. So
yeah, it's pretty cool actually.
It is, but bad job on the Tyson Voland guess.
Yeah, who knows? Tyson Voland always reminded me of kind of a gorilla.
He did.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was hunched over when he walked.
Super hairy. He's almost Neanderthalish.
Yeah. No, you're right about that. He was. Hairy guy.
Yeah, if he wanted to work at like the Natural Museum of History, I bet he would a shoe-in. There's Mike Schoen again. Good guy.
Yeah, still see him around the races now. He's not a very big fan of the AMA. I don't know what went down there, but something went down.
A lot of people have been burned by the AMA.
Yeah, he was not very happy
They
about
just
that.
switched hands so many times of who's in control there.
And the gate drops.
You know what's funny about concrete starts is that inconsistency, that there would be such a big gap from the leader to the last place guy on the start. I see what you mean. Yeah, leaving the gate.
Yeah. Right. Oh, Tortelli's down, or Tortelli's caught up in a
55, Bruce Stratton.
Yeah. New York's finest.
No, he was not New York's finest, but he was good guy.
Look
good
at Henry
rider
up
for a
front
long
again.
time.
Oh, shocker. This happened all summer. Hey, Yogi went down in the first turn there. or second turn, and so did Tortelli, kind of. There he is.
This is kind of the story of Yogi's career right here.
Right. And look who's down with him.
Albie.
Guys who went 1-2 in the first moto, both down in the turn. So, and then there's.
I don't know who that is, but he does not look like he's having a good time.
He needs medical attention ASAP. I like how in the old days when you watch the medics, they just dragged you off the track.
Yeah.
They didn't stabilize you.
Yeah, I mean, well, obviously that guy, I don't think anything was wrong with his neck.
No,
but yeah, absolutely. I mean,
Yeah.
come a long way in every aspect.
I wonder if Henry ever felt guilty about all the hole shots and fading backwards.
Probably not.
I'm just saying. There was no hole shot money. So here's K-Dub, another good start, like you said. Concrete starts, huh?
Yeah, he was clearly good at him.
Yeah.
I mean, for Henry too, for Yamaha, this they wanted him out there. This is why he's putting a Yamaha at the front on every start. I mean, that's got to sell bikes.
Yeah, exactly. Good point. Yeah. Wish they would have told us that. But anyways. Yeah, and
K-Dub's just like, dude, let me buy. Let me buy. Let me buy.
Right. Like, I'm going to get you.
Yeah, well, K-Dub, this is, he knows he's not in shape right now. This is his second race back, so for him, it's like, okay, I need to sprint at the beginning.
Look who's lurking back there. Fro in third, Larry Ward. I think Button was in there. So Yamaha went racing with Button and Henry on 4 strokes only. Or did they have a 125 guy?
I don't know.
Dowd.
I think that's it. No, was Dowd on Yamaha? He was.
Well, he was a 125 guy. Or was he 250 guy?
No, he was a 125 guy outdoors.
Really?
Yeah.
I know he's a 125 guy in Supercross, which was
he
controversial.
He battled with Ricky, I think, some this year. Outdoors.
Really?
I think so. Maybe that was 98.
Hey, Tyson Cady in 15th.
Yeah, Ty
Who the hell is that?
Yeah, he's a California kid. He was a good amateur.
Tim Ferry, 18th right now.
Not good.
We got to work it.
That Hamness guy, Terry Lee Hamness, was 20th.
Yeah. Donovan Mitchell, I didn't realize.
Cameron Taylor. Did you see that?
That's Australian guy.
Cameron Taylor.
That's right. Forgot that. That goes along the lines of, and Wyndham takes the lead. And Henry's going to fight like hell, though.
Do you see that motor right there? Wow. Henry inside every turn. Except for here.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. Just pay attention. That's what he does. Track looks rough right now. Man, coming in that last turn.
Yeah, it's choppy. Really choppy.
Oh.
H. Diddy.
That's going to hurt.
That's a standard Hangtown move right there.
Yeah.
Slide, then high side.
Yeah. Slide, catch, down.
Yeah. And you're at like 10,000 RPMs on a 252 stroke.
Yeah. How'd this season go for you personally, 99 Outdoors?
Not that great. It's the only season I ever rode a 125.
Right.
I did all right. I finished top 20 in points, but never really that great. I hole shotted some motos.
Did you?
Yeah, but just never
Did
really
you have the Kenny Watson special?
No.
Oh.
No, just wasn't really good at carrying momentum, and 125 two-stroke, that's where it's at. Lammy 5th.
Henry, just give him the lead already, for Christ's sake.
Yeah,
all right, inside. See ya. Look at up the hill.
This kind of track, though, no traction.
Right. Up the hill. See, he's the only guy who doubled that jump up there.
It's brutal to pass here. Brutal.
Anyways, I guess I should just be quiet, but whatever.
I mean, I can understand. It's the second race of the year. What do you want Henry to do? He's winning a national.
I don't know, but like you said, Lamson 5th. Lammy did not have a good year here. As I was saying, I went to Chapparal. Tim Ferry and I went to Chapparal after this race. Teammates with Lammy. And this was the infamous Lammy's mechanic coming on the headset at Southwick saying, "Where is Lammy losing time, Larry?" And Brooks responded, "On the track." Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't a good year for Lammy. I don't think his head was in it. I think he had a lot going on in his personal life.
Was he getting divorced?
Yeah, I think so.
This was
yeah, it was. I don't think quite yet, but it was getting there.
Right.
And I think actually when I was on the team with him in Husky is when the divorce went down. But I still think things weren't good.
Right.
And he wasn't happy with the team.
And he was a 125 guy forever.
Yeah, for sure. He just wasn't really suited for 250 outdoors, I don't think.
Good dude.
Yeah, for sure.
Lammy's a good guy.
He was my teammate at Husky, like I said, and he taught me a lot, actually.
Finally,
Super cool to me and
Wyndham gets the lead.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure if he could have made this pass 2 laps ago, he may have a 5-second lead right now.
Right, because Henry's going to hold everybody else up, too. There I am. Oh, missed it. But anyways, also, too, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, 99, the debut of the No Fear gear.
Was it? They have a lot of guys.
98
Sebastian,
was McGrath.
McGrath
Was 98 was Fox. US Open.
Yeah.
Fox. Yamaha. So I believe this was the debut of it.
They had a strong team.
Yeah.
Kevin, Jeremy, Tortelli, amongst others.
Yeah.
Pretty strong team.
Yeah, I mean, there was big talk when No Fear came in that they were, they're coming in to take over.
Well,
so.
him and Jeremy and Fox had a bad falling out.
Yes, they did.
That we would later learn about.
Cost Jeremy some money. Oh, Wyndham doubles up the hill. And it's just so weird to see these guys. They can't make that double.
yeah. Now it would be no question. I think it was tougher to stop a 252 stroke because they didn't have any engine braking back then. So I think the 4-stroke would help that problem now.
Yeah, less engine braking and less power.
Yeah.
So look at Wyndham did that double and those other guys didn't.
The tires are much better now too, and just everything.
Fro goes past Henry. So Fro, funny, we watched this already. You and I did, and neither of us remember Fro doing anything this year.
No, the only thing I remember about Fro from this year was him getting in trouble. That's honestly the only thing I remember.
Right. I remember, I think it was this year in Supercross, he said he had vertigo. He said he had arm pump problems. Come to find out years later, he just really partied a lot.
Yeah. I mean, it's, got to find excuses somewhere. You can't say you were at the bar.
No, that's not going to work. But Fro, I like that gear. Shift gear is always good. I'm a fan of shift gear. I've always been a fan of shift gear.
The black stuff he wore, I don't really like this blue stuff much, but the black stuff was really cool.
Yeah, absolutely. Wouldn't be much longer after this than 2-3 years. Everyone was on 4 strokes.
Yeah, I guess.
2004.
03 was kind of the started.
03 was Hondas everywhere. Honda 450s everywhere.
Yeah.
So I guess we were a little ways away from the 4-stroke revolution coming on. So.
Yeah, the Honda one didn't come out until the factory one came out in 02. Rhino rode it in 02 outdoors with Nathan Ramsey and Supercross on it.
Good battle right here. Tortelli up from a pretty mediocre start.
Crash on the start, bud. Crash on the start.
No, it's first moto.
Tortelli?
Yeah, that was the first moto.
Oh, all right.
Just a bad start this moto.
Yeah, okay.
Look at Lamson. He just got blown by. And, I mean, they're all, and Larocco and Tortelli are already checking out. Lammy just couldn't hold it together. There's Button on the bike there. He's going to be the next victim. Think about 2 riders when you look back that you don't want to see. Mike Larocco and Tortelli.
Yeah, Larocco is definitely one for me. That guy just kept coming. He never stopped.
Hey, and so was this the beginning of your friendship with Tortelli?
No, not till 01. He moved to Florida in 01.
Okay.
And we just happened to be practicing at the same track, Hard Rock track.
He went to Hard Rock?
Yeah, he didn't have his track built yet. So we would just end up practicing there together. And I had, I was doing okay. I was like 12th or something in the series. So had a little credibility with him and just kind of forged a friendship at the track.
Yeah.
Still carries over today.
You kind of broke away from Red Dog a little bit there.
Well, I was kind of
thought we lost
I
you.
was forced out.
You were?
Yeah.
With the ruts?
Yeah. No, it was banned. Yeah. That was when the banishment.
Oh. You should have went back and fixed them like Curry did at night.
Yeah, I wanted to. I was already an hour and 45 minutes away at home, and I had to fly to Bercy the next morning.
Yeah.
Or I would have been there, trust me. If I would have known, I would have just.
You would have known what would have happened.
I would have stayed up all night and got it done.
Anyways, so yeah, you and Tortelli became very tight. You were in his wedding.
Yeah, I was best man in his wedding.
You were best man?
Yeah.
I didn't even know that.
Didn't understand a word of the wedding because it was in France, but I was there.
Elbows up. Nice charging style, too.
Yeah.
Tortelli always looked good on a bike.
Yeah, he was. He had good style, good technique, good feel for the bike.
What'd you learn from just being around him all those times as far as like preparation and riding skills and all that? What'd you learn? What do you what sort of describe him as a rider or person?
Honestly, anybody that's ever been around him, probably one of the nicest guys you've ever met.
Oh, by the way, this is Glen Helen the week before.
This was the beat down he handed everybody.
Yeah.
But he was just one of the most genuine, nicest people I've ever met. Like when I first met him, I thought he was phony because he was so nice.
Right.
But just a great guy, great person, great ambassador for the sport. Needs to be more guys like that out there.
What about as a rider? What did he do that was, Supercross, when I think of Tortelli and Supercross, I think coming up short and plowing through the jumps.
Yeah, Supercross, I tried to not emulate anything he did just because there wasn't a whole lot of good going on.
Right.
It was more just his determination that kept him through. Outdoors, he was great at momentum. He didn't really slow down, didn't really use the brakes very much in the turns.
Yeah.
And work ethic, he was a really hard worker.
And Shane Drew told me, like, frames and wheels and handlebar. The guy
he
destroyed
bikes. Yeah, that was just kind of his lack of Supercross skills carrying over. He didn't have great timing, didn't have the things that save bikes, finesse and all those things. He just kind of bulldogged through every situation.
Here's what happened to him at Glen Helen too. Fell down. And also too, very mature guy.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and he was married young, traveling the world at a young age, and kind of was away from his parents. His parents and him had a falling out at one point, and so I think he had to grow up quick.
I was bummed when he went back to Europe as a KTM guy. Everett and him, I believe, went 2-1, 1-2 at the first GP.
Yep.
Then he crash hurt his shoulder next race, and it was over.
Yeah, he struggled. Their bike that year wasn't very good, I don't think. And put him on the ground quite a bit, and just kind of a rough way to go out. There was his wife right there, Stephanie.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, cheering him on.
Yeah, always a good guy. Just a bulldog though on the bike for sure. Chasing another bulldog here, Mike Morocco.
Yeah, this is like a battle of wills right here.
These are two guys who they could just, if you fast forward to 12 hours, if they had big tanks, they would still be riding just like this.
Yeah,
right
if the insurance company for the race knew that these two would be battling this race, something just flew off of Tortelli. I think that was a louver, radiator louver.
I think it was discard. No, it was discard.
Just exploded off of his motorcycle.
Good job, Shane. Yeah, good job, Shane. Way to handle that thing.
I don't think that was Shane. I think that was
just him,
Sebastian.
landing.
Yeah, being too much for the bike. Sebastian 1, bike 0.
I know you were best man. Wow. Things
Yeah.
that you learn in these classic commentaries. And there's another guy. Look at that. Look at Robbie Renard.
Yep.
This
is a good track for Robbie, I think.
The sun and the moon have all aligned right now.
Well, it's slippery, good throttle control, finesse kind of track. The more aggressive you were, the more trouble you'd probably be in on this track, and that's kind of Robbie's forte. Unadilla, Hangtown.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Beautiful riding style.
Yeah, he was always fun to watch, for sure.
Yeah, he just got Tortelli just straight up right there. Yeah, Art just said it's an unusual sight, and I would agree with that.
I remember hearing a story. Oh boy! As we say, great style and finesse. He almost kills himself.
Yeah.
I remember
Tortelli almost follows that up.
I remember my mechanic several years later was really good friends with Renard, and saying that at the end of this year, Suzuki offered him a deal for like $100,000 to stay.
Yep.
And he felt like it was an insult, so he didn't take it, and he ended up riding for himself, and it's probably one of his biggest regrets, I would imagine.
Was this his last year?
At Suzuki, yeah.
Then what did he do?
2000, he was
it a Honda?
on a Yamaha. Yeah, privateer Yamaha.
Really?
Yeah.
That didn't go well.
No, I think obviously he
well, it's Thousand Oaks, I think.
Realized he was a mistake.
It was a Thousand Oaks Yamaha.
Yeah, I mean, he would have made good money overall to stay at Suzuki, but he just felt disrespected. And
wow. Okay.
Way it goes sometimes.
Yeah, exactly. Here's a Fro hunting down Wyndham. And yeah, like we were talking about, I didn't realize Fro was that good this year. Second place, strong all race. God, I would not want to be riding this track right now. That's the kind of thing that keeps going through my head, like right there and stuff.
Looks like a practice track, like road-style practice track at the end of the day.
I remember at Yamaha, Chad Reed went home because Glen Helen wasn't prepped good enough for him.
Yeah.
On a day we rented the track.
Oh, on the day they rented it.
Yeah, we rented it.
That's not a good move, really.
Yeah, he rented it. It wasn't good.
Right.
It wasn't bad. It was 10 times better.
Yeah, I'm sure it was better
track.
than that. The moon, riding on the face of the moon, was better than this track.
Here's Bailey showing us how to get through ruts right now.
Actually, his style is really good right here.
Yeah,
he's a little far back. His butt, he slides forward there.
Yeah.
He slid forward in mid-turn.
Yeah. He had to do everything to make that FMF Honda good.
Yeah, and
then he's following some guy with no numbers on the back of his jersey. Open face helmet too?
Yeah, that guy shouldn't be on the track.
Was that an open face helmet?
Guaranteed he snuck on the track.
Yeah, probably. And I think this is at Glen Helen.
Yeah, this is definitely Glen Helen.
Yeah, definitely Glen Helen.
This is that rutted, the straightaway that they think is cool to make ruts.
Yeah, Jody floods it on purpose.
Right, they think that's a good idea.
They think that's a good idea.
Yeah, they do it. I mean, it's on the track map.
Yeah. No,
and they think it's like Blackwater.
Yeah, no, exactly. And there's Henry's fighting like mad.
Morocco is pissed right now.
Oh, for sure. Look at everybody's just kind of stacking up behind him like a 405 freeway at 5 o'clock. That's usually what happened.
Yeah, or the 91.
If
you follow Twitter, you can see everyone tweeting how bad the 91 is every day.
Yeah, that's a good point. You're right. The 91 does suck. It's a good battle. Oh, look at that. Like, he just went around.
Who are they lapping right now? There's no. Oh, that's Ben Asaph, I believe.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Parts Unlimited rap now.
Oh yeah.
Oh, he was. I rode with him. Yeah.
Okay.
Man, Henry just lost. Look at now. Renard's back. Look, this is what I'm saying. Look how slow Henry is going. And now he's going to yard him out of the turn.
Yeah, it seems a little unfair.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
But he's the defending champ. What do you want him to do?
You just validated me by saying that. Thank you. You understand now my pain all summer.
Had to be tough. Had to be
for
tough.
Troy, Ohio, when he went 1-1.
Yeah, just
laid it down.
Domination.
Yeah, I don't understand. But like you said, shoot and did you say?
Point and shoot.
Point and shoot.
Yeah.
Not a camera, but a track. These two are just going at it, and they would go at it all year, I believe. No, Tortelli broke his wrist.
Tortelli got hurt because of Doug Henry at Unadilla.
Was it Henry?
Yes.
Thank you. Again,
yes.
My point. I'm not a Doug Henry hater. Gothic J might tell you differently, but I'm just saying.
Tortelli was the points leader.
Yes, he was.
And, yeah.
Would be probably my odds on favorite to win.
Yeah, I mean, he was obviously – he crashed in the first moto and still was at the front of this moto, so clearly he was ready for the year.
Right. Here's an interview with Iron Mike talking about Sebastian at Glen Helen and saying how Tortelli taught him a bunch of lines, which I can imagine.
Yeah, I don't really know how he did because Sebastian passed him and was ghost town within a lap on everybody.
Right. I didn't want to say that, but
I mean, it's whatever. It is what it is.
Yeah, no, you're right. Absolutely. He was gone.
You know, clearly this weekend's a different story. These guys have been battling for 20 minutes.
And they have been at it, huh? They've been going at it now for a while. I believe, too, this is the last year. Look at that guy giving him the double fists. Last year before permanent numbers as well. Next year, LaRocco would be 5. Tortelli would be 21. He didn't get a permanent number. Timmy would earn number 15. Or he would choose 15 after this year. So this was the last
number
year
that would live in infamy.
Yeah. I didn't want to say that, but you did.
Not too far away from the checkered flag here in Moto 2. California.
Late in the second moto here, and MX still dogging Wyndham, still pushing.
This is for the lead, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is for the lead, and Fro's going by soon, I think.
K-Dub's got to be hurting at this point.
Yeah, absolutely.
Coming off an injury, track is just brutal, and he's getting hounded.
Jabin looks exactly the same today.
He does.
Pretty much. Same facial hair?
Sans those glasses, though. Those things are not cool.
No. Is this K-Dub's last year at Honda? Does he go to Suzuki?
2000, he was still at Honda.
He was?
Yeah,
okay.
He was still at Honda in 2000.
All right. There was his controversial exit from Yamaha to Honda. So this would have been his first year at Honda.
Yeah, it was.
Right.
He was there 99, 2000, and then 01 he made the switch to Suzuki.
He's only at Honda for 2 years?
Yeah. 2-year deal.
Yeah. You think they'd give him a better shot than 2 years? It's Kevin Wyndham.
Yeah, Suzuki offered him a lot of money to leave.
That's right.
And I think Honda still wanted him.
Right, yeah. K-Dub's career would go in the toilet after that.
It was actually the most money I think that's ever been had ever been paid to one guy up to that time.
And there goes Emmerich by for the lead. What do you think it was?
I believe it was like 800.
Really?
Yeah, he had like a package deal that Sirwall put together,
Mm-hmm.
and I believe it was like 1.2 or 1.3 between Suzuki and No Fear.
And gear and everything.
Yeah, but that was like the most that had ever been paid at that point.
Right, and then he went south. And now he's the most beloved rider out there.
Yeah, 01 he wasn't bad. 02 was not good.
Oh, 01 he won nationals.
Yeah, he did.
Right.
And then 02 was, he obviously broke his femur, and it was kind of a train wreck of a year anyway.
That's a good point. 01 he won Washougal. Beating Ricky.
He was pretty good that year.
Yeah, good point. You're right. My bad. Sorry, Kevin Wyndham, if you're watching this. I'm sure you're not. And Robbie Renard's back in, charging still. I don't know who's got his elbows up more, Renard or Tortelli. But also, too, Renard always wore full chest protector.
Yeah, he did. Obviously he had shoulder problems, but
Yeah.
I think that was more the reason he wore the chest protector.
Tortelli is down. Rough day for Sebastian.
Yeah.
Such a great day at Glen Helen.
Not a quitter, though. I guarantee you he will be back on the pace here very shortly.
What was it like practicing with him? Here we're going to see the highlight of the crash. Probably, JT, I'm guessing a typical Hangtown crash?
Yeah, just lost the front there.
What was it like practicing with the guy? Could you stay close? I mean,
No, I never.
Never.
Outdoors especially. Supercross, I wasn't too far off. I was actually pretty good when we practiced a lot. Supercross, I was kind of a top 10, 11 guy.
Right.
Outdoors, I was nowhere even close to the guy. I was basically riding by myself.
And would he do 40s? Would he do 35?
Yeah, at times. It's kind of like everybody else. There's a time for it and there's not.
Right. Oh, look at that.
But when it was time to train, he got after it.
Renard down. He brought his cowies over from his World Championships, right?
Yeah, he still got them. I wonder
where they're at.
They're probably in his storage. He
San
kept them in
Diego.
storage in Florida forever. And I would imagine they're in a storage shed somewhere in Southern California.
Just has his factory cowies.
Yeah, but they're sick. They're really cool,
Yeah, you told me that one time. I'd like to see them for sure. That'd be cool. Man, and so Larocco's got some breathing room now on Tortelli. He's not going to hound him anymore for the rest of the
He's catching Kevin, though.
He is catching Kevin. Interesting top 5.
Raynard
one
fourth,
guy's still around.
Pretty surprising.
Here we are. 2000 at Hangtown was hot as balls.
It was. That we were talking about that earlier. It was one of the hottest races I can remember. There's like 5 hot races of my career that stand out, and that was one of them.
Troy
97.
2 races at Troy.
Maybe 2000 at Troy also. No, I wasn't there. 97 Troy. Hangtown 2000. Southwick 2005.
Oh yeah.
Millville 2003.
Millville 2003 was hot.
Yeah, really, really hot.
Tim Ferry podium there. In the heat.
Southwick 05 was maybe the hottest race of my life.
Yeah, that was bad. Muggy, right? Just
everybody was passing out.
Right.
Keith Johnson from New Mexico, eyes rolled back in his head. They were kind of scared for his
well-being.
Yeah, it was not a good deal.
Fro's deal here is good though.
They said they gave 21 people IVs, 21 riders IVs that day.
Quarter of the field. Here's Fro. This is the last lap, and look, everybody's clapping for him. See, I never did. You can see me right there. I wasn't clapping for him. I don't clap for another rider or another team.
Yeah.
I don't care who it is.
You don't really know the guy. I'm sure these guys are probably pumped for him. He had an atrocious year.
Like Button here, going down the last lap.
There's nothing like working all moto and then throwing it away the last lap. That's just
Tim Ferry 9th.
brutal.
So we went 11, 11, 11, and 9 on the first 4 motos on our Noleen Yamaha, and then we went out with a glory. Look at Henry, 8th place. So from first to 8th.
I can't believe Lammy got him. That's the most surprising thing of that moto for me, that Lammy got him.
It might be, huh? Hey, Kevin, in 11 years, you're going to win some Supercrosses, and people are going to love you. So,
and the girl standing behind you will be on a 69 Mustang in a Whitesnake video.
Yeah.
In about 5 years.
It was funny because even back on 2 strokes, Kevin's riding style hasn't changed that much. Some guys change a little bit on the 4 strokes, but Kiddo, same guy, like really, lugs the bike, stands up.
Yeah, he sits down a lot now, though. He does sit down a lot.
Does he?
On the 4-stroke, yeah. He still has great style. It's not that. It's just changed a little bit. He sits down a lot.
All right. Well, way to take my point and just poop on it.
Yeah, it still looks the same on the track.
Yeah.
If you watched him ride with no numbers, no anything,
yeah,
you would know it's Kevin Windham.
Yeah. I guess that's maybe a little bit of my point.
Like I've watched myself ride, and it is really ugly, and I would know myself no matter what.
Yeah, we kind of know that. Look at Albie, 212, climbing up to 12. Tortelli 7.5. So Tortelli made it up 7 spots better than Albie. They both went down on the first turn there.
And Sebastian, they just got bad starts this moto, right? Or did they crash?
No, Yogi went down the first turn. Yeah.
And Albertine, yeah.
Yeah, never mind. Take that back. David Coombs interviewing and make the winner of Moto 2. And the overall winner on the day, that was Caleb, which is surprising. Second race back after injury. And the winner of Moto 2, Fro, is also surprising.
I didn't know who was coming, from behind because there's been a lot of guys that have been really strong from
nice move.
Place,
yeah, I don't think Kevin was fighting him too much there for it at that point, but obviously Fro was kind of a student of the sport. He knew.
Hey, how happy is Davey Coombs right now that Fro won?
obviously, I'm sure he's pretty pumped.
Yeah, and then did you notice Fro still had the Supercross iron on his jersey?
I didn't know.
Yeah, look at the look
I
at
see it.
Supercross iron on still in the jersey. So
I'm sure they just mass-produced jerseys for him back then.
yeah, were those things still cotton?
Yeah, that's a cotton jersey.
Still cotton.
That's a cotton
yeah.
jersey.
I don't know what we were all thinking wearing that cotton.
We had no choice.
I guess. I mean, especially when you had all graphics on it, was so hot.
Yeah,
Didn't
Thor had some different material in '99.
They did,
but
yeah.
I think Shift was still pure cotton.
Yeah, that's right. Thor had that silky kind of material. Points lead, surprising Tortelli. It just shows you how much of a beatdown he gave everybody. He went 7-5 on the day, and he still has a points lead. So, he still has quite a bit of lead on 11 points on third. And Albie, the eventual winner, in fifth in the points after 2 rounds.
Consistency would be the name of the game this summer.
Yeah, I do like your theory about people telling them though, hey, you guys need to win right now.
Yeah. How true that would have been.
Yeah.
These guys would have really went for it.
This whole race sort of encapsulated Ezra's career, as you said earlier. Very fast, and a win, and then a crash, and not a good finish.
I'll tell you what, though, that's why he got big paychecks.
Yeah.
Because he could turn it up like that.
Right.
There was guys that, you look at the points at the end of the year would be the same right behind him or right in front of him that were getting paid half as much as him.
Yeah. For example, I don't know. Trying to think.
Anybody around him wasn't getting paid as much as him.
Right.
He was one of the highest paid guys his whole career.
He was, huh?
Always.
Yeah. That's the inside. And this has been PulpMX Classic Commentary from '99 Hangtown. Thanks, JT.
No problem.